Hello. At Gloucestershire Music have asked some of us tutors to do some little introductions, and so here's mine. Thanks for picking mine. I'm Paul Kenward, and normally I have the pleasure of running the Saturday morning music centre over at Stroud called Five Valleys Music Centre. Um, More recently, because of the lockdown, we've been talking to all sorts of people all together on a Saturday morning music centre. And for those of you who've wondered who I am, here I am, Paul Kenward, and here's a couple of things about me, just so as you kind of know who I am and where I'm from. I'm originally from Abingdon in Oxfordshire, which is kind of from Gloucestershire, about halfway to London. My musical kind of starts were probably much like anyone else's. My mum played piano, my sister played recorder and later oboe. I played recorder, wonderful recorders, in primary school, and when I went to secondary school took up clarinet, um, and did the kind of things that you're probably all doing. I went through to take my grade 8 whilst I was still at school, and then for me, I love music so much, I went on and joined the Royal Air Force straight from school, and served as a Royal Air Force musician in the bands for the next 25 years. I had a wonderful time, really. I had a wonderful time in the Air Force. Served with the regiment band, which started off in North Yorkshire, later at Cranwell. Western band, which had some lovely years over at a little Air Force station called RAF Locking, which doesn't even exist anymore, but is near Weston-super-Mare, so much closer to you guys in Gloucestershire. And an awful lot of years I was in Central Band, which is now based at Northolt, but used to be very close by in Uxbridge, on the outskirts of London. And we used to do all sorts of work. Particularly in London, we were doing everything from changing the guard at Buckingham Palace and public duties at Windsor to all of the tattoos and tournaments, and the highlight probably of our musical kind of life in the Air Force was to put on concerts. I've been lucky enough to play concerts in the Barbican, in the Royal Albert Hall, Bridgewater Hall, all over the UK and indeed all over Europe, France, Germany. I've been as far as Cyprus and Hungary, and in the opposite direction been lucky enough to play in America and Canada, as well as places like Ascension and the Falkland Islands. So I loved all that, and did 25 years with the Air Force, coming out in 2005, where I was still based in Lincolnshire because of working at RAF Cranwell. And from there I always wanted to go into teaching. I'd kind of put myself through school in my last years in the Air Force, doing an Open University degree and getting some diplomas done in conducting and in playing my primary instrument clarinet, and went on to work for some independent schools like Lincoln Minster School and St Hugh's, but I did most of my work with Lincolnshire Music Service, which is very similar to Gloucester Music Service. I taught clarinet, saxophone and flute, and was lucky enough to play with some orchestras, Lincolnshire Philharmonia, Pro Musica, Boston Symphonia, and all sorts of other music as well, recorder consorts, jazz ensembles, all sorts of things. So I've got a very wide range of experience. I've taught from primary school, little tiny ones, right up to adults, and when I was young, I went to Saturday morning music school. So it's kind of very nice for me career-wise to come around full circle and be helping out with a Saturday morning music school, doing all the things that everyone should, and not just for the young ones, but right through. I'm very, very happy to see that Gloucestershire Music does plenty for the grown-ups as well, and you can carry on your learning later through life as you should, and enjoying music in all its many forms. We've at Five Valleys got jazz groups as well as lots of singing going on with choirs. We do music theory, we've string ensembles, and of course wind band, full orchestra, all the things you'd like to see. And I very, very much hope that we'll all be back doing it for real very soon. But whether you see me there or honourable wave to Jaiwo. I met some of you guys. I know some of you might know me from Jaiwo briefly, or the Saturday morning online stuff. A huge hello to you. Keep well, and I hope we're all together again soon. Thank you.